Hey, Wacky, I got your question. I saw that on Facebook, and I just figured it'd be easier for me to record a quick response via video than type it all out. So, first off, you're asking about foot position and if your foot position is fixed, and that's not good for your knees, and how that kind of applies to flat and road or clipless pedals. But there's a couple things there. One, like you're not trying to look for perfect repeatable motion, right? So even though the foot position, you have the float with the clipless pedals, because you're literally putting your foot in the exact same position in the exact same way every single time, you're actually increasing the stress and the overuse injuries, or the chance of overuse injuries, because you're putting the exact same stress in the exact same way on the same joint over and over and over again. And with flat pedals, your foot is able to make these little micro adjustments, even just being off a millimeter or so each time you get on the pedals is going to place the stress on the foot and the rest of the lower leg in a different way. And so really the problem that you're, kind of highlighting with clipless pedals is just how unnatural that interface is for your foot overall. You've got this very stiff sole that immobilizes the foot so the foot can't move, and you're attached to the surface that, like you pointed out, isn't really a solid attachment point because you have float, so you can move around a little bit and before you disengage. And so that interface for the foot is so foreign, and so that's what leads to a lot of the problems, is this idea that you're seeking perfect repeatable motion through clipless pedals, and that the interface with the foot and the pedal is so unnatural, and so it's the opposite. Like if you look at the way your foot wants to work, it wants to be mobile and pliable and able to move and be in contact with a hard, strong surface. That's how your foot interacts with the ground. And so, again, that's the opposite of what a clipless pedal is doing. And so that's why the clipless pedals, there's a couple reasons that they're bad for your knees and just your overall, body. And so hopefully that answers that question. Let me know if you have any more. But part of it too is also, are you on the ball of your foot or are you midfoot? Because if you're on the ball of your foot, that too is going to put a lot of stress on your knees, whether you are on flats or clipless pedals. And it also is going to play into some of the issues that you said that you had observed with your with the clipless pedals, and the feet flying around a bit and repositioning in rock gardens and stuff like that. And so really what you're looking at there, I've got my gold catalyst pedal to show here. When you get a proper platform under your foot and you get a midfoot, so say this is the arch of your foot, and you get a midfoot where the axle is in the middle of your arch. Now you have the front and back of the foot supported, or the back of the front and back of the arch supported. So now you have even forces going into the pedal. Okay, so now as you come over the top and you're pedaling, you're able to push down and actually use your heel to drive down. Now, as soon as you switch to the ball of the foot even just a little bit, now you have uneven forces on the pedal. Now when you push down, you get this. This is why your toes tilt forward when you're on the ball of the foot, because you have uneven forces on the pedal, which forces it to tilt forward. So now as you come over the top, you're not able to push down. You're literally kicking your foot forward over the top. And so that's why your foot will tend to roll off in rock gardens and stuff like that, where you're not able to, or where it's not just real smooth and easy to keep your foot in that really awkward position. And so the midfoot position not only stabilizes the foot so you're not getting flex out of the arch, it balances the forces going into the pedals so that you're not having your feet moving around. When you're here and you're doing this, your feet are going to move around. The other thing is why you need a long platform and why this pedal is designed the way that it is, because if you're using a normal flat pedal, you try to go midfoot, you don't have good support at the front or back of the foot, and your foot doesn't want that either. And so it's gonna cheat a little bit one way or the other. So if you look down, even with a normal pair of flats, and you look down and you think I'm midfoot, you're really not in the middle of your arch. You're cheated towards the ball of your foot just a little bit, and even that little bit is still gonna cause these issues and problems that I'm talking about with the uneven forces going into the pedal. So your foot is going to seek stability best it can given the situation that you've presented it with. And if you presented it with a small, unstable surface, it's going to cheat and do the best that it can to make the best out of that. But that is not the same as having a proper surface that can properly support your foot. And now your foot's able to stay balanced and you're able to apply those balanced forces. And so again, you know, you're not just dropping your heel too when you're going into rock gardens. You're able to weight your heel. And so you actually get better modulation with your ability to weight and drop your heels than if you're just on the ball of your foot and it's either here or here, here or here. So two extremes is where you live when you're on the ball of your foot. So anyways, I know that's more than you asked me, but I just saw your overall question and wanted to point that out, that honestly, all of those problems that you're encountering are from being on the ball of the foot and having a platform that's too small for your foot. And the clipless pedal problem is it's a multi-level problem with what it does to your body from a movement standpoint. And so that's why, again, they're not good to use all the time and why flats are better and a more natural interface for you. So anyways, hopefully this answers the question, probably a little bit more than you were asking. But if you have any more, let me know and I'll be happy to follow up.